Following the pleasant surprise that was Orville, I was kind of hoping to be surprised once more with a fairly decent sci-fi show, so I decided to check out Netflix's Another Life. And I'll keep on hoping. Truth be told, I've only finished the first episode, yet I'm close to having absolute zero desire to continue. Nearly everything about the show is just a complete and utter mess of cosmic fucking proportions. The show's really bad, there's just no other way around it, but this is one of those rare occasions where it's actually fairly easy to pinpoint exactly what went wrong. And I'm about to do just that. However, let's just kick off with briefly mentioning two somewhat solid things, premise and CGI, to a certain extent at least for this type of a show. Premise is rather intriguing, an alien spaceship lands on Earth and just sort of decides to sit there while we try and figure out what the fuck is going on. So far, so good. The ship looks decent and accompanying effects are also nothing to scoff at. However, positives stop right about there. It's just downhill, nay, down the fucking mountain in this case, from then on. I'll first get this off my chest. I absolutely despise their choice for the main actress. Now, I'm not saying that this woman can't act, but holy shit, she's absolutely dreadful in this role. Her face constantly has a weird fucking smirk plastered on it, like she's halfway between breaking out into a crying tantrum and a maniacal laughter. Not once during the entire episode did I find an iota of evidence that she's a qualified leader. I don't know whether it was the script, probably, or a director, maybe, or just her being genuinely disinterested in this entire goddamn thing, or a combination of all of these and many more factors, but she's simply incapable of carrying the show on her shoulders. She fails to carry the scenes, and if anything, just makes what are supposed to be dramatic moments comical with her stupid fucking face. The rest of the cast is nothing to sing about, but they are passable. Aside from the fact that, we decided to send a bunch of emotionally charged teenagers on a mission that could doom us. What the fuck is this? A fucking prequel to 100? Then we also have that guy that was in Teen Wolf, and in this show he's playing, I don't know, a moron? Yeah, let's go with a moron. Let me paint you a picture real quick. You're on a mission that could potentially make or break the future of mankind with explicit orders having only one chance to do what's right. What do? Well, you certainly don't break the chain of command the first chance you get, cause mutiny, nearly crash the ship, and then contemplate killing the leader of your fucking mission. No, wait, that's exactly what you do. Huh. What the fuck? Things back on Earth are a bit better and more bearable. We have this husband guy trying to figure out how to make the big crystal that the spaceship turned itself into do something other than just shine and glisten with certain shall not be named vampires, and he eventually succeeds, which, is nice, I guess. Then we have this general that makes literally every scene she's in just innately awkward. No, really, for this one I can claim to be a terrible actress. Sorry gal, better luck next time. Terrible things just keep piling on even once you move away from the characters. The absolute dreadful pacing just cripples the show from the get-go. Within a single episode we have like 2 time skips for some ungodly reason. Everything seems to be moving at a breakneck speeds as though the show writers had this massive boner for just getting this thing over with. Too much shit was crammed into the pilot episode to the point we are thrown into the gut of the action without virtually knowing anything about anything or anyone. No, seriously, we don't even know when this story is taking place, or where, or why, or how. Alien spaceship, boom, skip to our spaceship, boom, 7 months later, boom, that's an actual boom when the shit nearly, blew up. There's zero setup to anything that happens, which if you are ever writing a story, you should definitely learn to avoid doing. The entire pilot episode should have been entirely dedicated to stuff on Earth. Spaceship shows up, introduce characters slowly, introduce setting and current level of our technology, show how discovery of alien fucking life rattled the world down to its fucking core, and not just literally forget about it. Don't fucking throw us into space immediately with an ensemble of characters we are meeting for the first time and are supposed to give shit about. No, don't do that, okay? So anyway, as I only watched a single episode, I can't tell you much about the story except that what's there really sucks. Nothing anyone does here makes a lick of sense, to be honest. You do not, I repeat, you do not send a clearly maniacal murderer onto a mission that could doom the mankind. You do not, I repeat, you do not send a clearly emotional, unstable, laughing crybaby onto a mission that could doom the mankind. You do not, I repeat, you do not make this woman a general. Just don't do it. Furthermore, despite not having paid much attention to the technical side of things, I've still managed to spot quite a few, well, stupid stuff. I'd like to praise the writers because they chose not to try and explain how we are capable of traveling faster than light, but I'm fairly certain it's because they couldn't even begin to whip out an explanation, so they didn't even bother in the first place. In addition, the very first quote-unquote problem our retarded crew in space encounters doesn't really make sense. They dropped out of the FTL because they ran into a quote-unquote dark area that's submerged in quote-unquote dark matter, hence they can't quote-unquote see what's inside. Do you people even know what dark matter is? Fuck, do you even know why scientists call stuff dark in space? It's because we can't fucking see them! If that whole fucking field was filled with dark matter, you wouldn't see it! Though I suppose they could have discovered a technology to see dark matter. But then we wouldn't be calling the fucking dark matter Jesus Christ! Then there's the whole summer sleep nonsense. Why call it summer sleep? What does that even fucking mean? Why not just go with generic cryogenics, because at the very least that makes a nickel of sense unlike this goddamn nonsense. You have peeps in these morgue-like dents in the wall with needles stuck in their necks that shoot some liquid into them. What does that liquid do? Fuck me if I know. Does it slow down cellular activity? Does it suppress heat radiation of our bodies so we expend less energy, causing our cells to work less, meaning we get to live longer? How the fuck would I know? Just do the generic cryogenics if you don't have any fucking knowledge, and don't make some stupid shit up just so you can say it's goddamn unique. So then we have this idiot who wants to potentially destroy the ship just to save a couple of months of going around, then actually manages to convince people that it's a good fucking idea. Good God, how were these idiots selected in the first place for this mission? Their good lookingness? Because it certainly wasn't their fucking intelligence. Then we have something that occurs in many types of terrible sci-fi shows. All systems go down for some reason, but then they are brought back up like 10 minutes later, so it doesn't really matter. You know, it just doesn't fucking matter. These fucking morons crash headfirst into a solar flare and I barely feel a bump. I don't care if you were shielding from God, that ain't fucking happening. I can't even begin to explain to you just how moronic this quote-unquote saving moment is. Quite frankly, I don't even know what the fuck she did, and I'm fairly certain writers don't either. She took control of the ship manually and FTL'd out of the star's gravitational pull somehow? I guess. That's as good as it gets, guys. Then, to top off the cake that is this horseshit, this chick literally just lets this guy go back to doing whatever he wants after he rebelled against her and repeatedly disobeyed her direct orders. What could possibly go wrong? God, I don't want to do this anymore.